Hi everyone, welcome to the studio. My name is Mike Calandra, and I also want to welcome you to the YouTube channel. It's been quite a while since I have posted any videos, so I think starting a new painting would be a good time to take you through the whole painting from start to finish with just a series of short little video clips. And this one starts, well, they all kind of start right here, in this design process. I use hot press illustration board with H pencils and a variety of different erasers, and all my ideas are done right here on the board, and this is the same board that it's painted on. So I don't do a lot of sketches and preliminaries. I kind of start right on the board and do everything that way, and then as soon as it's done and I'm satisfied with the design, I just go ahead and start painting. And you can see I'm working with my friend and model, Quan. We decided to collaborate on this angel piece. And I have a basic idea of where I want to go, but it can change quite a bit from start to finish, and especially even before I start painting. So I like to have everything worked out at this point. So what I'm going to do is take this over to the table and let you kind of look over my shoulder a little bit as I do a little detail work and sketching before I get started. Okay, what I'm doing here at this stage is just trying to get everything right with her pose and her features. And I'm using several different reference shots for that, but this is really where it all gets kind of planned out and detailed. I'm also figuring out whether I want to make her eyes real dark or maybe even blue as in some of my reference photos. I haven't decided yet. It'll work itself out in the coloring phase when I'm actually painting. And as I start to figure out exactly what kind of character she's going to be, for right now, everything just has to be planned out exactly like I want it. The design and composition have to be worked out at this point. And here I'm using the side of the pencil to kind of shade and describe the form of the arm. And this can be done really lightly, and later I can go in darker right over the top of this. I can also go in and erase some of it too if I need to, and erase my highlights. This is pretty easy stuff actually, and it's probably pretty boring to everybody. It's just me kind of laying things out and shading. I like to have everything laid out exactly as it's going to be in the finished piece. And as you're working on feathers, start to take those one at a time. Just break them down and do them simply, one at a time. Once you do the feathers, and if they're laid out right and detailed enough with the pencil, it just takes a few light layers of airbrush paint to finish them off. They're pretty simple, and there's not a lot to them. You'll see when I get to the painting stage. You'll see exactly what I mean. If they're detailed out this much and you layer over with a light layer of airbrush paint, a lot of the work is already done. Then it's a matter of going in with an eraser and pulling out a few highlights. Just want to make sure you spend the time on the wings to make sure that they look like real wings. Very often you'll see artists that kind of neglect this part of the painting, and everything else is correct and everything else is done really well, and then on the wings they kind of guess at what's there. And anytime you do that and don't pay attention to your reference material, I think you're going to run into a little trouble if you're trying to paint a realistic painting. You don't want the painting to look realistic as far as the model and the character are concerned, and then when you get to the wings, have them look like cartoons. So take the time to detail everything out. And as I get closer to being finished with this, I'll start to post more of the progress on this piece. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for paying attention. And I will update you as soon as I move a little bit further along on the design process here.